Hey guys, welcome to Black Geek Cool. I'm your host Krishan, and today we have a review of Aquaman. It's gonna be a non-spoiler review, so you can watch this and not worry about the movie being spoiled for you. I'm just giving you my thoughts and opinions on the movie and if it's good or not. That's all. I'm gonna talk about any of the plots, any of the twists of the characters, anything like that to spoil the movie for you to not enjoy it, seeing it yourself. But I'm just giving you my thoughts on what I thought of the movie. Um, let's just get this out the way. Is Aquaman good? Is Aquaman worth seeing? Is Aquaman a good step for the DC? Yes. Aquaman's good. It's worth seeing at least once if you're a DC fan. It's worth seeing once if you're a Aquaman fan. If you're an Aquaman fan, it's worth seeing a couple times. If you are a Jason Momoa fan, ladies, we're talking to the ladies right now. It's worth seeing because he takes his shirt off a lot. But and honestly, it's good. Is it the best thing DC has done? No way. Is it the worst thing DC has done? Not at all. Aquaman is really good. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's got good jokes. It's got good action. And it's got a believable story and a story that makes sense. And they follow it. And the characters have a little bit of character development, not much, a little bit, but enough to keep you engaged in their story and caring what happens to them. Let's get a little bit detailed, but not too much detail. Jason Momoa works as Aquaman. He's Aquaman. He does a great job being Aquaman. The way they've set up this Aquaman in this universe, he literally says it in one of the lines, like, he's a hammer. That's what he knows. That's what he does. He does it better than anyone. I did see people comparing him to Thor. I can't compare him to Thor. I still feel Chris Hemsworth as Thor and Jason Momoa as Aquaman are too different. Yes, they kind of have the same power sets, at least with strength and handsomely good looking men, but Thor's a god and you see him grow. I mean, given this is only Aquaman's second appearance in the DCU verse, I think he's grown as much as you think he's gonna grow. At least in this movie. I don't think he's gonna go further than anything in this movie. But Jason Momoa works as Aquaman. Which also works is how beautiful this movie is. It's beautiful. James Wan did an excellent job shooting this movie. It looks gorgeous. If you're not a big fan of CGI, which you shouldn't be watching superhero movies because they're basically all CGI, this movie is going to be heavy CGI. We're dealing with a man that lives underwater. Of course there's going to be CGI. And of course they solved that problem. They're talking underwater with no bubble thing. I don't know why Zack Snyder felt that they needed a bubble underwater. That was very dumb. They zip right past that, let you know, yeah, we talk underwater, we're just fine. Zip right past that. The beginning of the movie is really good. It's not an origin movie, but it's like told through flashbacks. Like most of these new comic movies got around the origin of doing a character, still let you know who a character is, but hurry up and get to the good parts you want to see. So that's really well done. Like the action scenes are really good. Even though they're mostly CGI, they're really good. They look good. There's a few spots where you can tell how bad the CGI gets a little bad, but overall 100% the CGI is great. Characters are good. Mira's good. She's interesting. You want to know kind of a little more about her throughout this movie. You kind of figure out why she's doing what she is doing, but then you see she has a little bit of development, which is good. Aquaman's mother, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She does a good job in this. Like, she's a good entry into the royal family of Atlantis, per se. Orm, Aquaman's half brother, he does a good job. He's a believable villain. And I'm not spoiling anything that's in the trailers. If you didn't see the trailers, you had to see the trailers if you're watching this. You're a comic book fan, so you watch the trailers. He's the villain in it, so he does a good job as a villain. He's menacing. He's evil, but you see, I guess his reasons for behind why he's doing what he's doing, they kind of make sense. Yeah, they make sense, and it adds to his character, so I'm okay with that. It totally justifies his character and everything. It makes sense. If you didn't know, well, I'm not gonna say that because that's a little spoilery. I want to talk about this, but we'll talk about that in a spoiler review. But like I said, the CGI is great. The one-liners are amazing. That's one of Jason Momoa. He does one-liners really well. Like, they don't give him a lot of heavy lifting in this. He's the guy you're following. He's your not procrastinist. He's your hero, and you're following him. And he does a good job taking you through this world. He has awesome one-liners. That only thing I was upset they didn't do my man. Oh, if he would have said my man in this, I love when he did that in Justice League. That's my favorite part in Justice League. But no, he does a good job. They don't rely on him in too much heavy lifting. They have other actors to help him out with that and continue the story and make it flow together, and it works. It's really good. Like, I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. It is long. I have like 2, maybe 3 big problems with this movie. One is too long. 2.5 hours is not needed for Aquaman. There's storylines they could have cut, and like, if you've seen the trailers, Black Manta is in this as well. I don't think they should have used him, or at least introduced him in this and then used him for the next movie, because I think they could have cut his stuff and saved that for the next movie and took like half an hour out this movie, and it just sit a lot better because it's long and you feel every minute of it. Even though the movie is enjoyable and it's good, you feel how long it is, and that's not something you want your audience to do, is to go, we still got about an hour and a half to go. We still got another half an hour to go. You don't want your audience to do it. You want them to be enthralled in the story, and being that it's so long, it gives people that time to go, looking at my watch. That's one of the downfalls of the movie. Another downfall of this movie is they do a lot of killing. It's a lot of killing. So be wary of that if you're taking your kids. There's a lot of killing. Like, I didn't think there were going to be this much killing. They just kill people so easily. Like, whoo. Like, I know Marvel, they kill people, but they kind of kill people off screen most of the time. But they've been kind of getting crazy with it. DC went all out. It's not just like superheroes killing people. It's like other people killing people. It's just like, whoa, we're just doing it now. So if you're taking young kids, be wary of that. I mean, we all know it's a superhero movie, so it's gonna be violent, but you're not expecting people getting killed like that. So that's something just to be aware of if you're taking young kids. That was a little thrown off how easy they were about killing. Because in Batman vs. Superman, they made you really know, like, hey, everybody that was on that island, nobody was there. So it was inhabited. So they died. No one died there. The big explosion. But in this one, not so much. They killing people. Just wildly killing people was crazy. But what was my other gripe? I lost my train of thought thinking about all the killings. No, yeah. And then the whole story about the 7 seas, the 7 kingdoms and stuff. They get really into the lore of Aquaman, and it works. Like, Aquaman is not a superhero movie that I thought would translate well from comic book to movie, but they do an excellent job. They give you the meaty parts of his story that you need to have. They fill in the stuff, the kind of vegetable parts that you don't really want, but you kind of need to keep the story going, and they do it well, and it's cohesive. So it's a very good written script, just a little long. Just cut that back a little bit. So for me, My opinion, Aquaman, I give it 3.5 tridents out of 5. Like close to 4. If it cut down the time, I would give it 4 tridents, honestly. Yeah. So hit me in the comments. Let me know if you've seen Aquaman, if you still plan to go see Aquaman. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what your favorite part is. Put spoiler and then space, so you spoil the movie for somebody else. I will be doing a spoiler review, so probably in like a week or so once the movie's been out for a little bit. But like I said, 3 tridents out of 5. I liked Aquaman. I had fun with it, and I can see them doing a sequel. Like, they have somewhere to go with this, depending on how they're gonna do. Have they even given us if this is like DC universe or DC cinematic universe like Marvel's done with their Marvel universe, cinematic universe? DC needs get on top of that. DC, Warner Brothers, get at me. Let me know what I'm supposed to call this, cause y'all doing some crazy stuff. Like, I like that y'all doing y'all letting go the dark and gritty and getting away from that. Y'all have exciting heroes that like the bright and lights and all this. Stay with that. You don't got to be the dark and gritty. You can multitask and do everything. But you guys are starting to do Us-World stories, which is cool. But be careful. You need to label this, because you don't want us to label it, because you might not like it. But thanks for watching my review. As always, you can catch me at Black Geek Cool on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Of course, here at YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the share button to show your friends the video. And as always, guys, appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.